gentlemen and graduates, welcome to this Birmingham City University Awards ceremony. We will be opening proceedings in the next few minutes. Can I first make some important announcements and requests to ensure that everyone can fully enjoy their occasion? Can you please turn all your mobile phones to silent or switch them off completely? We welcome the taking of photos and video, but if you are doing so, please do not stand or block the view of others in the audience. We have more than 500 students graduating this afternoon, and each one who crosses the stage is important to us. Please do clap and cheer as loudly as you wish as your graduate crosses the stage, and allow other members of the audience to do so without distraction when their graduate is crossing. The ceremony is scheduled to last approximately 2 hours. In our experience, small children can become restless during proceedings and sometimes even a little noisy. If your child does become unsettled, can we please ask you to move quietly out of the hall in order that they do not distract other guests and graduates from their enjoyment. We have a comfortable viewing room where you can still watch the proceedings and tend to your child. Your nearest door steward will be able to direct you. Graduates, this is important for you. You have been seated carefully and in a particular order to ensure that every person crosses the stage in the right sequence. Please do stay in your assigned seat, and when you are asked to come out of your row and move round to the corridor ready to process, please do not move out of your assigned order. Our graduation ceremonies are formal occasions and do follow a traditional format. They will begin with a fanfare, following which the academic procession and the Pro-Chancellor's procession will enter the hall. At the end of the ceremony, once the Pro-Chancellor closes proceedings, could I please ask graduates to stand once again and for guests to remain in your seats until the procession has exited the hall, after which you will be able to leave and join your party to celebrate your graduates' achievements. Now we are about to begin. Can I ask everyone to please stand as the processions enter the hall? Thank you.
Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Please be seated and make yourselves comfortable on this warm afternoon. It's my pleasure to declare this congregation open. I preside over this ceremony as Pro-Chancellor of the University, and I'm delighted to have this opportunity to participate in such a wonderful celebration of all of our students' achievements. Without further ado, I'll call upon the Vice-Chancellor, Professor Philip Plowden, to give the opening address.
Pro-Chancellor, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, and of course, graduates. As Vice-Chancellor of Birmingham City University, I'm delighted to welcome all of you to this awards ceremony, and you're all very, very welcome. But I want to start with the most important group of people in the Symphony Hall today, and that's the graduating class for 2018. Today is your day. This is about your success and about what you have achieved. And I think we all need to start by congratulating you. And while we're recognising achievement, there are two other groups that I want to acknowledge at the start of this. And the first is the group of people without whom none of what you as graduates have achieved would have been possible. And that is the staff across the university, particularly those who have taught you and worked with you in classrooms and studios and laboratories, but also the many other staff across the university who keep the university functioning and make it possible for you to do the work that you do. So I'd like to invite you graduates to give a huge round of applause for the university staff. And finally, but by no means least, another group of people without whom you would not have succeeded on your journey, and that's the people who've been there to support you and to encourage you and to believe in you during your studies, during the times when maybe you didn't completely believe in yourselves. And that's your families, your friends, your supporters, your fellow students. Everyone who's helped you to achieve what you have achieved today. So can I ask for a final big thank you? As you'll be able to tell, I am enormously proud of Birmingham City University and what our university achieves. And what a year this year has been. It's fitting that it's a year when the university celebrates 175 years since we were founded as the Birmingham Government School of Art and Design in 1843. Obviously, we've seen enormous change during that time, and the most recent has been our move to the heart of Birmingham, with almost £300 million invested into the new facilities, including the magnificent Royal Birmingham Conservatoire and the wonderful new facilities. Quick round of applause for the Conservatoire. We say thank you to our governors who made it all possible, and also thank you to them for authorising the expenditure on the wonderful new premises that we've got, both on East Side but also down at our City South campus. But buildings are one thing, it's what we do in them that's important, and what a year it has been for this faculty. When I got the data last week, we were just nudging 60 external awards and shortlistings for students and recent graduates. Those of you who are in the Conservatoire and more broadly will know that the Conservatoire has had an almost unrivaled run of successes, including one of our junior conservatoire students, Lauren Zhang, winning the BBC Young Musician 2018 right here. We've had a significant private donation in recognition of the great work that happens within the faculty and the conservatoire in particular. The School of Jewellery has won the Goldsmiths Award for an unprecedented second year in a row. In the New Technology Institute, one of our students, Wilfred Kiumi, studying on film distribution and marketing, was part of a group that was nominated for an Oscar. In fashion and textiles, the students won multiple prizes at the Graduate Fashion Week. And we've had so many parts of your faculty displaying what you do, what you are capable of in the most public of arenas, down at Grand Central at the station, including our fashion students, our conservatoire and our photographers. It's no surprise that when we opened up the faculty and the university for a family day, we had a record-breaking number of visitors come through. And it's been a year when the university as a whole can take pride in what it's achieved. A couple of weeks ago, we learnt that our students from BCU were the most employable students in the city, with almost 98% of last year's students in either work or in further study within 6 months of leaving the university. That's an amazing achievement, and it speaks very well to the relevance of the education that you receive. But university is about more than just jobs. It's about what it means for you in the longer term and the change that it offers to you. So I want to step back and to briefly touch on what I hope university can mean. And let's start by talking about this. Why on earth are we wearing gowns, particularly in this heat, and what's with the hats as well? They're part of a tradition that reaches back to the 12th and the 13th centuries, and they're part of a tradition that we use to recognize our unity as one community, a community committed to learning, a community that commits to the values of scholarship. Why? Because through scholarship we transform the world around us. The clothes recognize that you as graduates are a key part of that university community. And our mission as a university, the set of values that sets our direction, that helps us to understand what our role should be, is that we exist to transform the prospects of individuals, employers, and society. And you, the graduates, are the agents for that transformation. Now, I'm a relative newcomer to this city, but it's a stunning city, and it's an amazing region. And I still probably bring a fresh pair of eyes to bear, and I can't quite believe how rich and various the context is within which we work. From the big new corporates who are coming into the city, Deutsche Bank and HSBC, to the astonishingly vibrant art scene, the Hippodrome, the Rep, the Library of Birmingham, and that's before we even start talking about what goes on in places like the Jewellery Quarter and Digbeth and further afield. We have HS2 landing on the university's doorstep. We have the Commonwealth Games landing on our former Perry Bar campus. And only yesterday we had the announcement from Channel 4 that Birmingham is one of the 3 cities that remain in contention to become the new headquarters for Channel 4. This is a place and a time of huge change and massive transformation, and not all of it is going to be easy. The political contexts are like nothing we could have expected even 2 years ago. The impact of the decision to leave the EU is, at best, unknown. And this is where your education is of critical importance. Yes, research tells us that graduates are more employable. They tell us that graduates will normally earn more. They tell us that in times of change, graduates are more able to adapt. But the research tells us so much more than that. It tells us that you as graduates will be more engaged with the society around you. You're more likely to play an active part in culture, in politics, in volunteering, in shaping our future. I want to offer you a thought, maybe even a challenge. 5 years ago, the Chief of the Australian Army, General David Morrison, stood up at International Women's Day to recognise formally, publicly, that there had been harassment and abuse, both physical and emotional, against women in his organisation. You can find his address to the troops online, and his anger and shame are palpable. But the point for today is this: he was most angry with the people who had stood by, the people who'd done nothing, the people who had allowed those behaviours to continue unchallenged. And he said something that I want to offer you all because I think it's important. He said this: the standard you walk past is the standard you accept. Now, his world is a world away from us here today in this hall, but the challenge I suggest to you is the right one. What standards do you want for your societies? Each and every one of you graduating here today has shown dedication and personal commitment. You wouldn't be here otherwise. And you stand at the beginning of the next chapter of your lives. And you probably don't believe me, but I can tell you that you will shape our society, that the future belongs to you. The great philosopher Spider-Man reminds us that with great power comes great responsibility. Words to live by, people. And the responsibility is wide. It's the responsibility to care for one another, but it's also the responsibility to set the standards you want to live by, to create a society you can be proud of. And as part of that process, you are going to challenge assumptions and behaviours that are the assumptions and behaviours of the past. You have to do that if you are going to create a better future for us all. So please remember that the standard that you walk past is the standard you accept. And I know that the skills, capabilities, and knowledge that you all now have are going to enable you to deliver change. And on this stage, we all certainly believe in you. So today, you become part of an outstanding body of alumni who will make a difference every day in over 100 countries worldwide, and you will always be part of the BCU family. Come and talk to us at the alumni stands outside so that we can continue to stay in touch. And if you need help, now or in the future, remember that as a BCU alumni, you can still use our career service and our employment advisors. We will always be here for you. So to you, the graduating class of 2018, I just want to offer my warmest congratulations. Well done, you. I now have the pleasure of calling upon the Pro-Vice-Chancellor and Executive Dean of the Faculty of Arts, Design and Media, Professor David Roberts, to commence the presentation of award holders, and on the Pro-Chancellor to receive the students. Thank you.
Vice-Chancellor. As Pro-Vice-Chancellor and Executive Dean, I present students from the Faculty of Arts, Design and Media who've qualified for the award of degrees, diplomas and certificates. I commence by presenting the candidates for the award of research degree. For the award of Doctor of Philosophy for a thesis entitled The Influence of the Physical Environment on Learning Behaviour, a case study of intermediate schools in Q8, I present Dr. Mohammed A.A.H.M. Ali. For the award of Doctor of Philosophy for a thesis entitled Music Documentary Production Practices for Commercial Radio, I present Dr. Samuel Coley. For the award of Doctor of Philosophy for a thesis entitled The Archive Project, Popular Music, Data and Digital Technologies, I present Dr. Craig Hamilton. For the award of Doctor of Philosophy for a thesis entitled The Interaction Between Citizen Media and the Mainstream Media Organization in Egypt during 2011, 2012 and 2013, I present Dr. Noha Hefni. For the award of Doctor of Philosophy for a thesis entitled Formalizing Nollywood, Gentrification in the Contemporary Nigerian Film Industry, I present Dr. Izini Igwe. For the award of Doctor of Philosophy for a thesis entitled Grandchildren of Experimental Music, Performing the Compositional Act by Creating Intriguing Situations, I present Dr. Andrew Thomas. For the award of Doctor of Philosophy for a thesis entitled Trumpet in Transition, A History of the Trumpet and Its Players in the United Kingdom Through the Music and Relationships of Sir Edward Elgar, I present Dr. Paul Nevins. For the award of Doctor of Philosophy for a thesis entitled Unprotected Practice, Including Process as Compositional Material, I present Dr. Paul Norman. For the award of Doctor of Philosophy for a thesis entitled The Politics of Expertise in Cultural Labour, I present Dr. Karen Patel. I now invite Sarah Jones to the lectern to present award holders from the School of Architecture and Design and the School of Media.
For Master of Architecture, Aidan Astle. Thomas Brooks. Gerard Evans. Kimran Farouk. Aaron Folks. Ryan Gormley. Greg Griffiths. Dagmar Heyman. Sean Hennigan. Matthew Howard. Jayani James. Dieter Huantiva. Mihalis Kununis. Matthew Moran. Sean O'Sullivan. Dulsoz Saleh. Sukhpreet Plagan. Sophie Oliver. Laura Elena Likova. Jagdeep Semar. Miles Sharples. Rachel Sherman. Suaina Sahel. Jade Sturmey. Mark Tolley. Imran Udin. Simon Yueng. The Master of Arts in Product Design, Benjamin Banks. Adam Clayton. Edward Howells. Raymond Linklater. Hayodi Wang. The Postgraduate Diploma in Architectural Practice, Georgina Holden. Daniel Jew. Mohammed Muse. Richard Roberts. Philip Waghorn. Postgraduate Diploma in Landscape Architecture, Fiona Locke. Postgraduate Diploma in Zero Carbon Architecture and Retrofit Design, Mayuresh Mukin Kini. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in 3D Designer Maker, Maria Hossein. Cara Jackson. Thomas Plant. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Architecture, Li Shen Adi. Visola Adilowo. Courtney Amwako Akrofi. Abun Andu. Tejwinder Desi. Daniel Duca. Heba Feltain. Lauren Francis. Michelle Gartside. Matthew Hewitt. Kevin Shit Shahel. Tapiwa Kapofu. Ilse Kassa. Megan Kearney. Hummer Mahmood. Madis Marak. Mariam Mivechi. Stephanie Moore. Holly Milan. Sita Patel. Edward Revens. Jaya Raoud. Kyle Rothery. Sam Rolat. Ryan Steed. Roshan Tabassum. James Timmins. Alexandria Vokulescu. Alex Williams. Liam Witham. Margarita Zarankova. Bachelor of Arts in Architecture, Tatiana Goncalves. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Furniture and Lifestyle Products, Christine Bidenice. John Fovargu. Shangmeng Huang. Adam Mahukam. Jodie Mares. Lauren Owen. Lydia Phillips. Scott Ridgway. Joshua Shah. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Interior Design, Yakutu Alabai. Kira Elmrott. Amira Amir. Mohammed Kassam Ashraf. Kyle Broughton. Hai Kwai Chan. Tiffany Chan. Emily Cowgill. Riddhi Deshpande. Tony Forward. Kimberly Gomez. Ada Gutlu. Emily Henderson. Emily Hesketh. Ellen Howes. Lani Huang. Su Mai Jane. Alexandra Kowalska. Susan Lakin. Yuan Lee. Faith McCormick. Isabel MacDonald. Elisa Moraes. Tracy Mushai. Rachel Mugg. Tamzin Otalan. Selene Osvoy. Hadassah Partouche. Kafitha Pillai. Maximilian Rai Quantrill. Aiki Shen. Deeksha Shettigar. Billy Smith. Ellis Saint Romain. Angelica Stepniewska. Emanuela Tucci. Helena Thornton. Amy Walsh. Qian Zhang. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Landscape Architecture, Yuting Kai. Kirsty Hawthorne. Evelina Ivanova. Yu Kong Lee. Fei Fon Ong. Rebecca Ricard. Soteris Yerasimu. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Product Design, Eileen Ahmed Yaha Al-Hadidi. Stephanie Crispino Abando. Chai Huan Ding. Simran Gill. George Hopkins. Wing Tung Lee. Nicholas Liu. Hugo Parnell Hopkinson. Glenn Powis. Charles Turner. Jayed Udin. MD Udin. Bachelor of Arts in Product Design, Yini Chen. Karandeep Shahita. Postgraduate Certificate in Events and Exhibition Management, Nicola Stapleford. Master of Arts in Freelance Photography, Yambo Shen. Master of Arts in Media and Creative Enterprise, Octavia Maparua. Master of Arts in Music Industries, Tan Lee. Kashaya Zaringalam. Master of Arts in Online Journalism, Catalina Letitia George. Rebecca May Jones. Master of Arts in Public Relations, Nicola Jones. Master of Arts in Social Media, Shi Shong Chan. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Media and Communication, Kay Noor Afzal. Malika Ahmed. Nadia Ali. Jennifer and Sue. Millie Ashmead. James Ayres. Matthew Bernard. Amelia Barnfield. Shantae Batson. Emma Battrick. Holly Bevans. Abigail Birtles. Eleanor Boone. Alexandra Bradley. Liam Brady. Bethany Brotherhood. Leonie Buck. Katie Butler. Amy Butterworth. Emma Buxton. Tanila Kata Alvis. Tia Cham. Prima Chandra. Ruth Chapman Hall. Raina Chopra. Charlotte Coleman. Natalie Corbett. Lauren Cochran. Bilan Dahir. Jeremina Daniels. Molly Davis. Rebecca Davis. Kerry Davis. Peter Dawes. Raneem Dayoub. Thomas Devonshire. Zoe Dodge. Emily Driscoll. Jack Essex. Heidi Fitzgerald. Charlotte Fowler. Owen Cansola Fawau. Nicole George. George Gold. Thomas Hall. Abigail Hart. Sophie Hibbard. Reese Johns. Madison Johnson. Bethany Judge. Layla Kanya-Ray. Abigail Kelly. Fahima Khatun. Katie Kibler. Coco Curtin. Emma Kitching. Rebecca Knight. Maeva Kuadio. Chloe Lewis. Ellis Little. Shannon Lockett. Finn Longmere. Emma Magis. Shumi Makuto. George Marable. Charlotte Martin. Charlie Morris. Lauren McLaughlin. Lauren Morgan. Amin Murad. Sejal Patel. Rhiannon Pearson Hughes. Adelaide Peck. Rebecca Peat. Megan Radcliffe. Denise Robertson. Jack Rowland. Ryan Sharman. Sophie Smith. Michelle Soborowski. Tarun Solanki. Scott Taylor. Jasha Thomas Hines. Shannon Thornton. Jodie Tipper. Crystal Umor. Chloe Ward. Bethany Watkins. Hayley Wells. Philip Whitehead. Bryony Williams. Harriet Willis. Daniel Wilson. Paige Wilson. Natalia Wilson Davis. Charlotte Wise. Ella Wright. Bachelor of Arts in Media and Communication, Natasha Matthews. Elizabeth Pedro. Certificate of Higher Education in Media and Communication, Athena Marina. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Media and Communication, Event and Exhibition Industries, Daisy Wiles Holt. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Media and Communication, Journalism, Harriet Lewis. Eleanor Morris. Andy Purewell. Rebecca Smith. Benjamin Tyler. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Media and Communication, Media Photography, Jason Davis. Stephanie Evans. Charisma Gurdra. Sarah Maiden. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Media and Communication, Music Industries, Beatrice Edwards. Charlotte Ford. Rachel Mortimer. Kaya Ruparelia. Gemma Sahota. Rumbizai Turo. Holly Willits. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Media and Communication, Public Relations, Kate Harper. Zara Mohammed. Madeline McCran-Smith. Claudia Miguel. Erin Smith. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Media and Communication, Radio, Samir Hussain. Georgia Price. Bachelor of Arts in Media and Communication, Radio, Travis Glosser. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Media and Communication, Television, Shantae Austin. Callum Bates. Amy K. Best. Isabel Clues. Lauren Halsey. Dale Irwin. Saima Malik. Kieran Matthews. Alana Nixon. Richard Reichstens. Katie Ross. Fiona Smith. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Media and Communication, Web and New Media, Cheyenne Harris. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Media and Communication, Television, Ramzan Ajmiri Lal. This completes the presentation of graduates from the School of Architecture and Design and the School of Media.
And this completes the first presentation of awards to graduates from the Faculty of Arts, Design and Media.
We are this afternoon delighted to be conferring the award of Doctor of the University upon Pogus Caesar, and I now call upon the University Orator to give the citation.
Pro-Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, distinguished guests, colleagues, graduands. Today we confer the degree of Honorary Doctor of Birmingham City University honoris causa on Pogus Caesar. Ladies and gentlemen, the great American photographer Robert Mapplethorpe once said that he chose his profession because it was the best way of commenting on the madness of today's existence. Well, then you might say our need for photography is as great as it's ever been. In a world said to be post-truthful, a camera rightly used tells us now and long into the future not just how things look, but how things feel. And one of the great proponents of that art, of making us realize how things feel, is a great citizen of Birmingham, Pogus Caesar, whom we're proud to honor today. He was a painter first, inspired by the pointillist canvases of Georges Seurat to create images out of thousands of dots marked by a fountain pen. The immediacy of Impressionism translated into his first brushes, if you'll pardon the pun, with photography. Someone once said that the best camera is the one you have with you, and Pogus's was at first a humble Instamatic, snapping cityscapes and people in New York and from there across continents. He met artists and politicians, poets and musicians, Stevie Wonder, Desmond Tutu, Jesse Jackson, and Paul Robeson Jr. all sat for him. It was the basis for a 30-year history of exhibitions, most of them documenting the joy and the sadness, the resilience and the dignity of black lives in Britain, in the USA, in South Africa, and across the world. Now his work is treasured as part of permanent collections in the Victoria and Albert Museum, in our own Birmingham Museum and Art Gallery, among private collectors, and by a host of other leading institutions. While doing your own thing as an artist, it's great. It only gets you so far. It's engaging with institutions that can make a real difference. And in the early 1980s, Pogus became director of the West Midlands Ethnic Minority Arts Service and the first chairman of the Birmingham International Film and Television Festival. He curated exhibitions for the Arts Council and worked in television, first as a journalist on Channel 4's Black on Black, and then as producer and director for entertainment, sport, and multicultural programs for Central, for Carlton, and for the BBC. Using film to move us, he also started to make moving film. In 1993, he formed his own production company to make films including I'm Black in Britain, Respect, Drumbeat, and the award-winning series Express. The name of his company reached back into his roots and reminds us here of one peculiar madness of today's existence. He called it Windrush, the ship that 70 years ago last month embarked at Tilbury docks to supply thousands of West Indian migrant workers to the depleted post-war labour market. Windrush, the vessel that brought new life and new traditions to Britain's cities, to the mothership of a disappearing empire. Windrush, the scandal that in April this year cost a Home Secretary her job and shocked everyone into wondering whether our famed tradition of openness and toleration was, after all, a myth. Born in St. Kitts, but a Birmingham boy from the age of 5, Pogus Caesar bears all the weight of that history and the madness of today's existence as keenly and as personally as anyone here. Ladies and gentlemen, to the hundreds of graduating artists today, Pogus Caesar's life and work presents a thrilling example, an example of craft, of technical evolution, of travel and curiosity, of civic engagement and leadership. But it also carries an even more profound message, a message about the importance of knowing the times you live in and then helping others understand it in all its vigor, all its splendor, its tragedy, and yes, sometimes its madness. So, Pro-Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, distinguished guests, colleagues and graduands, it gives me enormous pleasure to invite the Pro-Chancellor to confer the degree of Honorary Doctor of Birmingham City University, honoris causa, on Pogus Caesar.
ladies and gentlemen, as Vice-Chancellor, I exercise the authority of the University's Academic Board and confer the award of Doctor of the University Honoris Causa on Pogus Caesar, and I invite you, Pro-Chancellor, to present the commemorative medal. That completes the conferment of the award of Doctor of the University Honoris Causa, and I now invite Pogus to address the congregation.
Good afternoon, everybody. After hearing about my life, and there were a lot of things which I'd actually forgotten about because these things go back in the history, one always tries to remember where the starting point was. And I think for me, one of the starting points was as a young, inquisitive West Indian boy who would draw on the back of cornflake packets, old bits of newspaper, anything that I could make an image with, and to the sufferance of my mother, who was always trying to find where these pieces of paper were, which were always kind of hidden. And then I think through migrating through school, and again I was reminded a few weeks ago of going to see the careers officer, and the careers officer said, "What would you want to do?" And I said I wanted to work in art and design, not really kind of knowing what that was about, but I knew it was something to do with creativity. And the careers officer said that in no uncertain terms, as a young black boy, you wouldn't be able to get a job, so we were kind of forced into apprenticeships. And during those heady days of the 60s and 70s, where a lot of young black, mainly men, ended up were in apprenticeships, either working at, like the Mint or the IMI and all of these places. And sadly, a lot of us who could have gone on to make great creative careers were kind of left by the wayside. But then there were some of us who thought that we wouldn't give up. Now you need to kind of understand that at the time, my telephone, I had to walk down the road to make a telephone call. There was no internet, no mobile phone, nothing like that. The only place where I could get information was from two places, either getting the bus and going to Birmingham City Library, or waiting for the Reader's Digest to be delivered. And those were the kind of points of references for me. And as time went by, I actually realized that there was much more that I could offer, but not knowing how much I could offer, because you only have a certain amount of people who can, I suppose, kind of help to push you through, but the only person that can push you through is really yourself. And I think I'm going to really stop talking about me in particular, but for yourselves, you have a whole world which is out there in front of you. You have all the technical innovations possible. You can travel all around the world. You can make friends and colleagues, and you can interact with people without leaving the comfort of your own home. So you've got that. And also it's about nurturing oneself. It's also about trying to embrace and be different, be daring. Don't let anybody tell you that you can't. The only person who can tell you that you can't is yourself. And as individuals, you have so much strength behind you, and I think the power. You're all, talking about Spider-Man, but you're all supermen and superwomen. And that's the one thing you always need to remember. You should never, ever give up in this world. It's so important to embrace what you have. You have something now which you can take out into the world. Some of you will leave here, and you will do great and fantastic things that you never thought you could do, things that your parents never thought you could do, or the people who teach you never thought you could do. But deep in your heart, you know that you have something special. And I think I'm going to really stop now, because it's kind of getting quite emotional, receiving this. So I'd like to thank the university. I'd like to thank all the students, all my friends, my family, and everybody who's inspired me. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you.
I now invite Professor David Roberts to continue the presentation of award holders from the faculty.
And I invite Dr. Steve Halfyard to the lectern to present award holders from the Royal Birmingham Conservatoire and the School of English.
Master of Fine Arts in Acting, the British Tradition, Natalie Bailey. Karen Cabot. Bethany Down. Alice Hanson. David Martinez. Cheryl Lynn Nasher. Sandy Singh. Sky Whitney. Master of Music in Choral Conducting, Tian Ko. Master of Music in Composition, Ho Chung. Joel Hall. Christopher Gill. Master of Music in Instrumental Performance, Jinying Kai. Yu Hui Chen. Anton Clark Butler. Yu Fu. Yuge Huang. Miriam Kitchener. Julian Haggett. Jiyin Liang. Qishuang Yu. Jinglin Yu. Jackie Tang. Ruth Wang. Hannah Woolacott. Qi Yu Yang. Pan Zheng. Master of Music in Music Technology, Paul Aspel. Aral Barasacciolu. Hanzi Lin. Wei Ning Pi. Veronica Tabakova. Wei Shan Chan. Catherine Gilbert. Mia Huang. Advanced Postgraduate Diploma in Music Professional Performance, Conan Tanaka. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Acting, Riley Anderson. Caroline Basra. Nicola Bernadelle. Chloe Collins. Eleanor Eves. Jack Fogarty. Rory Graydon. Siebert Henry. Mara Hoof. Jessica Hunt. Brandon Husband Ambersley. Moyua Ibie. Alexandra Jones. William Keach. Charlie Kirkpatrick. Harry McBride. Ethan Charlie. Charis McRoberts. Lauren Mead. Ruth Mestel. Nicole Miners. Andrew Norris. Fred Parker. Thomas Richards. David Simmons. Sophie Thompson. Tawana Tsiki. Diana Tsvetkova. Hugo von Fragstein. Henry Whittaker. Samuel Williams. Owen Wilson Brown. Bachelor of Art with Honours in Applied Performance, Community and Education, Zajila Altaf. Sarah Ayres. Alexandra Barlow. Sophie Beckinsale. Keris Brooker. Kaylee Chilton Hill. Holly Clark. Daniel Collins. Joseph Derbyshire. Liam Fletcher. Lucy Fletton. Rebecca Horton. Georgina Hughes. Ryan Judge. Chloe Matheson. Vittoria Moschetto. Chase Newman. Keisha Phillips. Megan Robson. Diana Rogers. Jessica Scutts. Cheyenne Smith. Eleanor White. Tony J. Wards. Bachelor of Music with Honours in Composition, Peter Bell. Daniel Chipico. Thomas Earl. Oliver Farrow. Bachelor of Music with Honours in Jazz, Nicholas Adams. Aaron Barney. Charles Johnson. Daniel Kemschel. Christos Stylianidis. Joshua Taylor. Bachelor of Music with Honours in Music Technology, Matthew Price. James Shields. Bachelor of Music with Honours in Performance, Kate Alsop. Luke Atkinson. Georgina Baker. Harry Bent. Amanda Bonsall. Eugenie Bramley. Joanna Cartwright. Katrina Huawei Ching. Donna Chiodak. Joseph Clayton. Alexis Cooling. Georgina Dadson. Joshua Dean. Ella de Villiers. Hélène Ducot. James Gribble. Yi Jing Guo. Olivia Harris Thornburg. Rebecca Holman. Leonie Jones. Chohan Khan. Nathaniel King. Rebecca Curla-Barato. Wei Lam. Dominic Lee. Takwun Sophie Leung. Nancy Lee. Anya Liggins. Emma McKinder. Isabel Matthews. Marketa Nadvornikova. Joshua Nesbitt. Jacob Perry. Thomas Pillsbury. Daniel Plant. Catherine Pollitt. Joseph Rhodes. Ryan Richards. Hayley Sherlock. Georgina Silverton. Louis Stanhope. Rana Tanaka. Wilson Taylor. Catherine Thomas. Griffith Wadkin. Hal Walker. Richard Ward. Jessica Webber. Molly Wildsmith. Hugh Woolley. Sebastian Wies. Xiaoqing Xu. Bachelor of Music and Performance, Deirdre Glavin. Elliot Mann. Yulia Pochema. Joshua Sherry. Master of Arts in English Linguistics, Janet Briggs. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Creative Writing with English, Bonnie Cartwright. Grant Doherty. Kay Flax. Amy Hart. Georgina Hughes. Marina McAleese. Ella Parchment. Sandeep Virk. Bachelor of Arts in Creative Writing with English, Chantel Martin. Anna Williamson. Aisha Ali. Sky Aylmer. Isabel Ball. Leah Booker. Joshua Brookin. Natalie Caffrey. Melissa Churchill. Olivia Cope. Lauren Elliott. Jonathan Fellow. Megan Gardner. Charlotte Green. Shazmeen Khalid. Charlotte McCormack. Reese Mincher. Emma O'Hare-Smith. Paige Phillips. Hafsa Rajak. Gabrielle Reed. Madia Rehman. Alex Round. Dana Shakespeare. Catherine Thomas. Natalie Thompson. Willem van Boxtel. Emily Wilson. Maria Eunice. Fardas Yusuf. Sumia Zakia. Bachelor of Arts in English, Suna Afshan. Katra Mohammed. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in English and Creative Writing, Manpriya Orlik. Jessica Griffin. Lashan Harley. Mahum Hassan. Rebecca Horton. Noor Mia. Ruxana Nassim. Alex Pitt. Holly Selyu. Thomas Reeves. Afia Salim. Bachelor of Arts in English and Creative Writing, Lauren Hannah McGann. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in English and Drama, Katie Barnes. Anastasia Brickley. Kimberly Chung. Chloe Hamilton. Faith Olajuyibai. Neve Patterson. Misha Pope. Abigail Skidmore Hughes. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in English and Media, Paris Atkins. Joseph Baker. Laura Bealdy. Eliza DeSena. Thomas Marriott. Shafia Rahman. Daniela Ralph. Priya Shrivastava. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in English Literature, Barker Ali. Syra Amin. Tony Avery. Ravanpreet Brar. Emma Francis. Emily Goddard. Asma Hassan. Jack Hollis. Shazad Hussain. Sabah Masood. Deepa Patel. Jamie Slevin. Paige Summers. Afiza Tabusum. Amelia Wills. Sophie Winfield. Bachelor of Arts in English Literature, Chloe Bell. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in English Literature and English Language Studies, Matthew Dunn-Lewin. Javeria Iqbal. Imnar Williams, Bachelor of Arts. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in English Language with English Literature, Tamina Begum. Natalie Rhodes. Jessica Smiley. This completes the presentation of graduates from the Royal Birmingham Conservatoire and School of English.
And this completes the second presentation of awards to graduates from the Faculty of Arts, Design and Media. Now for a special treat, I'm inviting Beatrice Edwards and Abigail Skidmore Hughes, who've graduated from our Bachelor of Arts with Honours programs today in Media and Communication and English and Drama, to address the congregation. Beatrice and Abigail. Give them a big hand.
Good afternoon. It's a great honour to be asked to speak to you today. A special day for us all and our families, just as I'm sure it is for so many of you here today at the culmination of our studies. Reflecting on my time at Birmingham City University, I've been astounded by the variety of opportunities, support and resources available to me as a creative student. The tutors and staff I've come to know over the 3 years have not only inspired me, but have transformed my confidence from the quiet girl they saw in first year to someone who can now stand here in front of all my talented fellow graduates, friends and family to deliver this speech. Although standing here, of course, still absolutely terrifies me, it's an honour and a privilege to see how the university have built my confidence over the years, enabling me to make such great leaps in my professional development in such a small amount of time. Having only finished chemotherapy shortly before arriving at BCU in 2015, the university provided me with the support I needed for this daunting transition from home to university, and they offered me a multiplicity of opportunities to use my experience of cancer positively. The ability to utilise my creativity to produce products unique to my experiences is what I believe has brought me joy and success over the 3 years here at BCU. From creating magazines and websites helping young people with cancer, to my final year project, The Great Orchestra Adventure, a campaign encouraging the orchestral industry to raise awareness of the Anthony Nolan and DKMS stem cell register. The opportunities to tailor my degree to my strengths did not fall short. The university's desire for unique creativity and the staff's enthusiasm for multidisciplinary projects has prepared me for my future more than any other university could ever have done. Had I not had these opportunities available to me, or have the staff encouraged me to strive and push boundaries, I would not be the person stood here today with the confidence to enter the professional world and be a part of the creative and diverse young talent seen in Birmingham. BCU has given me the drive and the confidence to walk out their doors today and set up my own charity for the benefit of others, and I can't thank them enough for that. Thank you.
That was a lovely speech, Beatrice. Hello, everyone. It is a privilege to represent the School of English and the Faculty of Arts, Design and Media, and I would like to thank Dr. Sarah Wood for giving me this honour. BCU has nurtured me, not just in terms of learning, but through connection. And my biggest fear after today is finding out that the real world does not quite match up. A community like the School of English, which takes a shy, overthinking perfectionist and shapes her into a confident first-class graduate. Today is such an important day for all of us, not just for its milestone status, but for its validation. You did this. You worked, studied, participated, you maybe even cried, but you completed it. I am honoured to stand with you today, because there was once a time when I believed university was not an option. At age 4, when I believed being a princess was a legitimate occupation. At age 16, when a teacher stated that university wasn't meant for me, it was for a specific type of student, one who is gifted and talented, one who isn't failing maths. At age 18, when I was drowning in predicted grades, rejections from drama school, mock exams, real exams, UCAS alerts, revision notes, peer pressure, and so much more, it was a struggle because, like most people my age, my identity was not fully formed. I wasn't sure what my prospects were. I just knew that English was my favourite subject, and I was doing my very best to beat the estimates of a computer. And I did. I went to university despite being told not to. I made lifelong friends who laughed and cried with me every step of the way and who are graduating with me today. I overcame my own expectations, and most importantly, I've made my mum proud. Rejection is hard, but regret is even harder. And my acceptance to BCU transformed everything. I was valued as an upcoming undergraduate and now a valued graduate. It's 2018 and there are so many possibilities, so please, each one of you, use all your force and creativity. The world is waiting. As we set out on the next stage of our lives, we are still individuals with our own distinct ambitions, but we are also united as the class of 2018, a permanent part of our university's history. Congratulations to you all. Thank you. Invite the Pro-Chancellor to close the ceremony. Thank you.
Come on, it takes a lot of courage. I think Abigail and Beatrice deserve a much bigger round of applause than that. Well, as you will have gathered, the ceremony is drawing very, very shortly towards its close, but there are a couple of brief observations I wanted to make. The first is to say that this congregation has lived up to its reputation for this faculty as one of the more lively sessions, so you should all take a big round of applause for that. And secondly, I think it would be one of the most grave oversights, since there are a group of people who will have contributed to today's ceremonies, but also to the rest of the week. And I think amongst friends, this would be a good time to acknowledge the contribution of our music ensemble, don't you? Well, it simply remains for me to add my personal congratulations to all of today's award winners and graduates, to hope you enjoy the rest of your day amongst family and friends, and above all else, to wish you all the luck in the world, whatever that future may hold. I now declare this congregation closed, and we should be very grateful if guests would stand and remain in their places whilst the stage processions now leave the hall. Thank you.